Hello, everyone. My name is Bob Janice Dillon. I'm going to try again to post a video that cut out in the middle last time. I should be more grateful for technology. I think it does wonderful things. Not so big on the huge monopolies that kind of are contrary to the spirit of Tim Berners-Lee, I think. But anyway, that aside, I have a sermon on gratitude, which is always a reminder I need for myself to return again to gratitude. This is a sermon that I've done before at some of the congregations, so a few of you may have seen this, but it's basically a litany of gratitude, counting our blessings, you might say. And it comes from Dayenu, which I mentioned before in the Passover tradition. Dayenu is a Hebrew word which roughly translates as "it would be enough" or "it would have been enough." And saying that we've got so much in our lives. And in the Passover liturgy, think about all the blessings that God did for the Jewish people. So this is sort of based on that, but based on the everyday reality that we face today. I've rewritten it a little bit for this coronavirus world that we're in today. So we'll try it again. And if it cuts out, it cuts out. Okay. So I invite us to get our hearts ready for the spirit of worship so that worship may move amongst us unbidden, perhaps, and let us hear some gratitude in our hearts and in our spirits. To whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything. If you had only given us the Big Bang and not given us life, it would have been enough. If all that had ever happened was that matter exploded into existence with all the energy that would ever exist, flaring out from a single dot as time unfolded from nothing, as the laws of physics themselves, an item of great beauty, were made manifest. If all that happened was the great beginning, the mere birth of all that was yet to be, the supernovas and the rainforests, the black holes and the ice cream vans, all the sorrow and joy yet to be, I would have abundant cause for a grateful heart. Even though there wasn't an individual me there to see the Big Bang, and there wouldn't be one for another 14 billion years, even though I'm not entirely sure there was even a you there to perform it. And maybe it wasn't a Big Bang at all. Maybe there was just already was something happening. But whatever eternal moments led up to this one, I feel overwhelmed with gratitude for this cosmic stardust process that I and you get to be a part of, this beautiful burst of being. To whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, everything and nothing. If you'd only given us life and not given us consciousness, it would have been enough. If all that happened was the earth evolved into a beautiful blue-green living rock, a place where the air passes through a multitude of forms, and these forms move and grow and change in concert and conflict, a place where life leads to more life, well, then I would have abundant cause for a grateful heart. From the honeydew melon to the bullfrog, from the eukaryotic cell to the Great Barrier Reef, the life of this world is so incredibly amazing. I would say that it takes my breath away. Only I know, in most cases, thank God, it is exactly the opposite. To whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, everything and nothing. If you'd only given us consciousness and not freed us from slavery, it would have been enough. If all that had ever happened was I was able to notice the wiggling of my little finger, while the rest of my body were unable to move. or if I was not able to take my daily walk, not even able to roam my own house freely, was stuck in a cell with a prison guard watching my every move, even so, I would have abundant cause for a grateful heart. To get to notice some small piece of the world, to notice the world without and the world within. What an amazing gift we are given to be part of the universe's noticing of itself. To think, to reflect, to be aware of the soulfulness of things. I'd have more than enough with elevator music and Hello magazine, and yet we have been given Shakespeare and Adele and Beethoven's Pathetique. To whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything, if you had only freed us from slavery and not given us the Passover, it would have been enough. If all that had happened was that we were able to live at a time and in a place when we are not forced to build the pyramids, forced to suffer our and risk our health and our lives for someone else's project. If we were instead free to choose our own livelihoods and love whom we wish to love and live where we want, we would have abundant cause for grateful hearts. To go to sleep at night knowing that even our challenges are our own, that we can embrace life or wrestle with life on our own terms. This is a power Pharaoh and kings have sought, and thankfully, even in these times, we still possess. To whom it may concern, God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything, if you had only given us the Passover and not given us the congregation, it would have been enough. If all that had happened was that we were spared from destruction, that we were given life to remember those we have lost, given life to live our own lives to the full. If we have the opportunity to hold fast in this uncertain moment to the hope that we will emerge from this time collectively with the hope in our hearts and the vision that we might someday celebrate life's freedom together with others, look at each other and say, we've made it. We've done it together. And now together we can craft the future of the world. We'd have abundant cause for grateful hearts. To whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything. If you'd only given us the congregation and not given us purpose in our lives, it would have been enough. If all that happened was that we could find a community to remind us that life is worthy of our respect, community to remind us that to be alive is a precious and wonderful experience. If there were a place, even if that place is only online and on the phone and through the post and in our hearts, if we could find a place that affirmed us as individuals and reminded us that we are not alone, we would have abundant cause for grateful hearts. Here in our congregations and communities, we have known places where we can be who we are. Places where a diversity of peoples and beliefs come together to create something beautiful. We have known these glorious places, and we are grateful. Big Bang, life, consciousness, freedom from slavery, the Passover, the congregation, and so much more. We have been given so much up to this moment in time, have we not? And if this were it, because let's face it, we don't know. If this were it, and if tomorrow I were no more, I would that the last words on my lips be thank you. Thank you to whom? Well, that's immaterial. But let there be gratitude. And the universe doesn't owe me anything. Even with all the dreams and schemes of mine that were dashed on the rocks of reality, even with all the hopes I cherished that never happened and may yet never happen, even with the loved ones cruelly taken before their time, all the sorrows that each of us carry, even with the punishments I did nothing to deserve, and the regrets that I might well deserve, but I get so tired of carrying with me. Even with all this, the universe has given me more, so much more, than I can ever possibly give back in a thousand lifetimes. So I remember that the universe doesn't owe me anything. It doesn't owe me today. Today's a bonus. And that's how I'd like to resolve to live from this day forth. Today's a bonus. Today's a gift. I've already been given everything that I can possibly be owed. And maybe our purpose flows from this, that we're not owed today, but we have today. And we have a chance to do something today out of that place of gratitude. Place of gratitude that say, today might not have been, but it is. And also hope, which says, tomorrow may not be like today and may contain blessings of its own. So I don't know what your purpose is, my friend, but perhaps it comes from that place of gratitude and that place of hope, where the present, full of all the past and all that we're grateful for, everything that's led us up to this moment, meets with and kisses the future and all that might yet be, all the hope of good to be. We are living in this moment, and it is a precious one. God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything, you have given us not just everything up until this moment, you have given us everything and the possible. And who knows what yet may happen. It is up to us in part, and who knows what yet may happen. If all that we had was the opportunity to make a difference, if all that we had been given was a tough old world that needed our healing touch, we would have abundant cause for grateful hearts. Today is the day to tell the world that love is possible. Today is the day to reach one person, even with all the obstacles between us, to reach one person and let a connection of compassion triumph over fear and separation and hatred. Today, we might add a tiny trickle of justice to what may grow into a mighty stream, to whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything. If you had given us everything that has happened up until yesterday and not given us the hope of tomorrow, it would have been enough. If all that happened was the life that I'd lived until this present moment, the people I've been privileged to meet, the chance that I've had to make a difference, I would have such abundant cause for a grateful heart. But there is more. You have given me more, given us more. And so we have the opportunity today and tomorrow to share more with this wonderful world, to whom it may concern. God, universe, spirit, soul, nothing and everything. We have been given the Big Bang, life, consciousness, freedom from slavery, the Passover, the congregation, purpose in our lives, everything that has happened until today, and we may yet receive the hope of tomorrow too. As we are blessed enough to receive today and perhaps tomorrow, let us use it to reach out to others with love, to give of our own gifts with abandon, and to recognize this world as the precious gift that it is. Blessed be, friends. Amen. We meet again. Love you. Blessed be. Amen.